Upon many shelves is cosmic horror in a can. You can buy it for just a few bucks, and it tastes okay enough to slap on some bread while you stare at the 20 cents in your bank account and wonder why some idiot monkey discovered fire. What I'm talking about is Spam, ham in a can. Have you seen a pig? No part of a pig is can-shaped and boneless. This, by no natural means, would ever become this. Spam, or special processed American meat, is in fact basically the ground-up undesirables found on a piece of ham. There is nothing honorable in the can of Spam, and if God were to mistakenly glance down from his throne, he would surely weep at the sight of it. But 30 seconds ago, before I explained this to you, you were unaware, and it was probably nice. In stories, there's the almost obsessive need for answers, the hunt and lust for knowledge that drives characters to hellish depths. It's a reasonable motivation, half because the creator of a story decides it is, and half because the creator always leaves themselves in the creation, and many creative types share that lust for the lore. Which is one of the many reasons that Chainsaw Man Part 1 is so special. Tatsuki Fujimoto, the mangaka of Chainsaw Man, specializes in bizarre and out-of-pocket dynamics. Most of the time this works in his favor. So when Chainsaw Man, a shonen, not once but twice wallops the reader with the thematic hammer of doom, I noticed and thought on it for like a year before finally sitting down and writing this essay. Kishibe is, like a lot of Fujimoto's creations, unique. This guy's an absolute beast, described as one of the best devil hunters out there. When we see him, he's well past his prime, and even then, through sheer big dick energy, this man beats the shit out of the main character repeatedly. He's an old man in the profession where everyone dies young, and he's still on the job. To explore the Kishibe lore, though, way back in the day, Mans was paired with another devil hunter. Due to the fact that she was unkillable and that she was a constant in his life, he fell in love with her and wanted to get away to a peaceful life with her. She was a lesbian. Kishibe, never really falling out of love with her, grew old and went about his life, and Kwanji got a demon harem to have gay sex with. They don't really talk for a while, and when they do, they briefly reunite. She still doesn't care about his interest, and he still cares a little too much and is interested. Like I said, though, the reunion is brief, and like 90% of the Chainsaw Man cast, she gets murked. Kishibe is there when it happens, but he puts on a blindfold and says, I don't want to see a thing. The oldest character, the one always left standing, declines to see and to know. Denji, number one dead friend haver, starts having recurring dreams in late part 1. These dreams are of a door, and he's told pretty clearly to never open that door. You would think because this is shonen, which, let's be honest, is the hallmark genre of mediocre writing, you would think it is the world's most obvious Chekhov's gun, to which your assumption would be graded a yesn't on yes or no. Denji is a pretty simple dude. He listens. Bro doesn't open the door. He leaves that door in his brain alone. Sure enough, every time he opens a door and something bad happens to him, it's not of his own accord. He doesn't even really want to open the door. Makima forces his hand. And when he opens the dream door in question, he's burdened with the knowledge that he killed his own father. Fujimoto is an eccentric yet simple creator. His stories are non-traditional because they actually focus on pretty simple stuff, surrounded by an interesting as hell world. Unlike other works where I can tie the themes and plots to underlying geopolitical problems in the real world, something I'm probably going to start earning a reputation for if I keep doing it, there isn't politics to apply to Chainsaw Man. It is a story about trying to live a happy life. And the don't open the door scene and I don't want to see a thing both offer some grim truth on what that entails. Desire is the root of much suffering. Not all, but much. Want for things makes us hurt, and we could hurt less by wanting less, but very rarely do we want for less. To want for something is to struggle and hurt until you get it or accept that you won't. One of the most beautiful things about the human condition is that we can find heaven in any hell and make peace almost anywhere. And yet, we actively choose to want to be somewhere else and work towards that. Taking this away from philosophy is very close to Buddhism, and back to Chainsaw Man though. Denji, as the main character, has a very simple motivation. He wants a better life, and so he goes about getting what he wants, which is to struggle and work for it. As he does get more of what he wants, he is rewarded only with dissatisfaction and the want for more, When he does finally open the door, he comes to the harsh realization that he could have been happy if he made peace with things as they were. Knowing what a better life was only got him hurt. In a sense, ignorance is bliss, and this is tied with Kishibe's decision to keep a blindfold on. He doesn't want to see a thing. Ignorance is bliss. Like the can of meat that should not be that I mentioned all the way back at the start of this, not knowing was probably a little nicer. It's a realistic and sobering theme to push in a story that is otherwise very fantastical, and it's done very well. Does this mean that I personally think ignorance is bliss and so we should all be ignorant? No, but I do often look at Republicans with wonder and almost envy to the childlike bliss that they experience on the daily as the world crumbles. To connect this one last time with real life, a last-ditch attempt to tickle the clit of YouTube monetization, Denji chose to want, and even after he realizes that staying ignorant would have been better, he chooses to keep wanting for more and to keep pursuing. Some might call it stupid, I would call it noble, and you can call it whatever you want in the comments, as I very cheaply fish for any form of interaction.
Yo, someone I know called the guy from 311, the lead singer, a DOF, and I think he qualifies in quite possibly the worst way, most boring way possible. Anyway, hi, it's me, the guy who made this video. I'm coming to take just a teeny little bit of your time, which is to say that thanks for watching this far. You should go ahead and subscribe if you liked the video. Don't subscribe if you didn't like it. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, leave a comment. I don't know, I can't really tell you what to do. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great time. Memento mori.